Today we're diving deep into one of the most fundamental actions in Renegades, the move action. If you've ever wondered why your soldiers keep getting caught out of position, or how to pull off those game-winning charges, this video is for you. The move action comes in two flavors, and understanding when to use each one is crucial. First up, we have move. That's one action point for your soldiers' regular movement distance. Simple, efficient, leaves you with another action point for other things. Then there's dash move, 2 action points, but you get your regular movement plus a dash roll. This is where things get spicy because that dash roll can really extend your reach. This soldier has 6 inches of movement plus d6 for dashing. If I move with 1 action point, I get exactly 6 inches. But if I dash move for 2 action points, I rolled a 4, so that's 6 plus 4 equals 10 inches total. Much better range. Now here's where Renegades gets really interesting. Not all movement is created equal. There are 4 different movement types, and each one changes how your soldiers interact with the battlefield. Normal movement is your standard infantry. They can move on flat ground, up slopes, alongside walls, basically anywhere you'd expect a regular person to go. Leap movement is where things get fun. These soldiers can fly through the air, taking the most direct route to their destination. Jetpack troops, flying aliens, you name it. They can even move through enemies, just can't land on top of them unless they're charging. Grounded movement represents heavily armored or slow units. They move like normal troops, but vertical movement costs them double. So climbing that 2-inch wall uses up 4 inches of movement distance. And finally, breach movement. These are your tunnelers, your phase shifters, your I don't care about walls of units. They can move straight through terrain. Quick measuring tip that'll save you arguments: always use the front of your soldier's base to measure movement. And you're measuring the actual path they travel, not straight line distance. Now let's talk about some special terrain rules. Gaps and jumps are huge tactical elements. You can jump 1-inch wide gaps with a regular move, but you need a dash move for anything up to 2 inches wide. Barricades and windows always cost 1 inch of movement to get over or through, regardless of their actual height. This keeps things simple and consistent. And here's a big one for positioning: you can move through your own soldiers, but you can't end your move on top of them. You also can't move through enemies or get within 1 inch of them unless you're charging. We'll get to that next. This is where movement becomes absolutely devastating. When you move into melee range, that's within 1 inch of an enemy, you're charging. And charges give you free combat actions. But what about when you need to get out of combat? That's called retreating, and it's dangerous. When you move away from an engaged enemy, they get to hit you as you leave. If you do a regular move to retreat, enemies get to furiously fight you with desperate rolls. If you dash move to retreat, they only get a regular fight, also with desperate rolls. The desperate rolls mean they're less likely to hit, but it's still risky. Now let's talk about some advanced movement tactics that separate good players from great ones. The flanking maneuver. Use that dash move to get around the cover entirely. Yes, it costs 2 action points, but now you've got a clear shot next turn with no cover bonus for your enemy. The tactical withdrawal. Sometimes your soldier is taking too much heat. Don't be afraid to retreat, but think about it strategically. A dash move retreat is safer than a regular retreat, and positioning yourself behind cover can make all the difference. The precision charge. This is about math and risk assessment. If your enemy is 7 inches away and you have 6 inches plus d3 movement, you need to roll at least 1 on that d3 to reach them. Those are good odds for a devastating charge combo. Let me share some mistakes I see all the time, so you can avoid them. First, measuring before you commit. I can't tell you how many times I've seen players announce a move, start moving their miniature, then realize they can't actually reach where they wanted to go. Measure first. Second, blocking your own team. Don't move your soldiers into positions where they're blocking shots or movement for your other units. Think about the whole squad, not just one soldier. Third, moving into exposed positions without a good reason. That high ground might look tempting, but if it leaves you exposed to fire from 3 different angles, maybe it's not worth it. Movement really shines when you combine it with other actions. Move to cover, then defend. Now you've got cover plus defense bonuses, making you incredibly hard to hit. Don't forget that equipment and squad abilities can modify movement. Some gear gives you movement bonuses, some gives you penalties, and some can even change your movement type entirely. Squad abilities often interact with movement too, enhance mobility, teleportation effects, movement-triggered bonuses. Always check your squad's special abilities to see how they might enhance your movement options. And there you have it, everything you need to know about movement in Renegades. Remember, every inch matters in this game. Use your movement efficiently, position tactically, and don't be afraid to take calculated risks with charges and retreats. The difference between winning and losing often comes down to having your soldiers in the right place at the right time. Master movement, and you'll find yourself pulling off incredible tactical plays that your opponents never saw coming. What's your favorite movement combo in Renegades? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if this video helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe for more Renegades tactics and strategies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.